Yeah, I'm tracking. I'm tracking. All right. So, we got to talk about a few things before we get into the gameplay here. And I'm normally not one to talk, right? All right, cool. I don't want to hear myself talk. So, we got to talk about we are nearing the end of the legendary playthrough for all these Halo games. A lot sooner, I may add. And it kind of works out simply because, well, Halo Campaign Evolved is probably dropping this summer. I don't know. I, I don't care when they drop it. I just want it to be done correctly. That's where I'm at with it. Um, I don't know how it's gonna turn out. I mean, it looks sick. Also, pop. But regardless, we're going to be done with our legendary playthrough. Um, we will have paved our path to legendary. But then that's where we are going to evolve it and do something else with it as well. So the whole point of the legendary playthrough, it was the fact that I wanted it to be like a grounds, like, hey, this is what I want the foundation to be built on. However, I still like other games. I used to be the guy that would be playing Warzone and all these other Call of Duty, like simply solely Call of Duty, and I refuse to do that shit again. Um, will I never play Call of Duty again? Probably not. I will probably play COD again, especially towards like October, November. Play Black Ops 7 and then get into MW4. I'm still not gonna touch MW3 because that I'm not. I don't hate myself that much. However, let's get into the very near future. That's a little ways out of the way. Schedule. I like to try to keep this up. I know lots of streamers, even especially small streamers, put up a schedule. Like some of my one of my a couple of my friends, they'll go live and I won't find out about it either at all or I will end up joining in towards the second half, if not later, into their stream, and I will have no clue. Just because I'm busy, I don't have time to check my phone all the time. But I like to try to plan so that way I can lurk and do all those different things and all that good jazz. I'm a good friend like that. But that being said, next week, Battlefield 2 update. Not Battlefield 2 update. Speak. Um, Battlefield 6 update, season 2. All right. All right, season 2. I'm not sure if they put out anything for Battle Pass yet. Or not even Battle Pass, just updates. Um, why does it make me put in my information, brother? What? Please enter your date of birth. It was asking if I was born literally today. What? Why would that be an acceptable answer? Sure, we'll go August 1994. Sure. But this will be all next week, as you can see from from the schedule here, including I believe the 21st is Friday. Faye Chancellor, I'm not sure if you're in here, but I'll be playing Battlefield 6 with my best friend Faye Chancellor on the 21st of February. That is the one day we'll be able to game. Um, it's probably going to be the roughest I feel because I don't remember if I work or not. But Battlefield 6. This works. Battlefield 6 community update looking ahead to season 2. Update on what's coming on this season, coming up this season. One of the things I did see was it's going to be faster progression through the like career progression and battle pass progression. So that's huge. What's up, Observer Eyes? I see you. I see you lurking. Appreciate the lurking. Excuse me. But progression improvements, broader challenge parameters. Challenges have been streamlined by reducing the emphasis on highly mode-specific challenges, removing the daily sidearm challenge from regular rotation, and expanding criteria like allowing assists to count toward daily challenges. We'll continue to closely monitor completion rates and adjust challenge criteria where they feel too restrictive. Faster battle pass, that's what I said before. Battle Pass progression has been adjusted to be more rewarding this season. This includes recalculating how Battle Pass tokens are earned from career XP, allowing you to earn progress more quickly through regular gameplay and weekly challenges. That's a W, just because I hated how long it took to complete it. Especially when they put a few maps in here and there, which was cool. And they did like a few updates here and there, but like I keep seeing these things, and even just seeing how many people are like playing Battlefield 6, it's very low compared to where they were. It was in the hundreds of thousands. Now it's like maybe in the tens of thousands, if that. More rewarding progression in RedSec. That's another thing. I want my friends to be ring RedSec with me. It's not fun by myself. I like battle royales. I always will like battle royales, and I don't even want to hear that battle royales need to die. They're outdated. We don't need those. And also sidebar, Halo has the perfect ingredients for a battle royale. I don't give a shit how you feel about it. They have all of the parameters they need. Halo Studios, please, dear God, give me a BR. I'm gonna say it. That's how I feel about it. Give it to me. But anyhow, career XP and weapon XP earn rates have been increased in Battle Royale and Gauntlet, helping progression feel more balanced between RedSec and Battlefield 6 experiences. Cool. Career reward rebalance. Career and Battle Pass boosters were added to some earlier career ranks, particularly to better support players who focus on RedSec. This change helps progression feel meaningful even when standard career unlocks, such as gadgets, throwables, and loadout slots, don't provide direct benefits in Battle Royale or Gauntlet. And then there's working on weapon balancing and recoil improvements for some guns. And adjusting player movement. What are we doing for player movement? Soldier movement has been improved to feel more predictable and readable in fast-paced combat. This includes updated acceleration curves, smoother vaulting and ladder transitions, and fixes that reduce visual inconsistencies or unexpected behavior during traversal and close quarters interactions. Audio improvements. Audio has been polished to improve clarity and reliability during matches. This includes clear cues for movement and interactions to help with positioning, better handling of overlapping sounds, and more dependable playback of critical audio in busy combat scenarios. So they're fixing footsteps, right? Continued refinements and improvements are already in the works for later in the season as well. Cool. They're saying that they're working on it. I appreciate it. More details on the season's content with a full season roadmap at the end of the week, followed by complete update notes covering all changes. We're excited for you to jump in and start playing as soon as Season 2 goes live. Current areas for improvement include... So they're adjusting hit registration and netcode, ongoing recoil review, visibility in the ping system for map locations, and additional audio improvements. Okay, so they are fixing footsteps. Nice. Targeting some of these improvements to be tested in Battlefield Labs for player-driven iteration and will be included throughout upcoming game updates once they are validated. Also, Battlefield or EA, whoever you want to call it, I would love to be part of this and testing it out. Hit me up, man. I would love to be working on this kinds of stuff. I love Halo, I love Battlefield, and I want nothing more than the game to be very successful. That's how I feel about it. Battlefield Labs continues to be a critical part of how we test, iterate, and validate gameplay changes along the community. As we move into Season 2, Labs will remain focused on combat feel, consistency, and balance. Recently tested the new Contaminated map together with a new gameplay feature with players in Battlefield Labs. These playtests helped us better understand how the feature impacted moment-to-moment decision-making and player comfort during combat. And based on player reactions, we made a series of adjustments to ensure it's better prepared for the launch of Season 2. We're also planning to test our time to kill tuning with a focus on improving combat readability and consistency. The goal of this work is to require stronger aim accuracy and firing discipline in order to achieve the fastest TTK. As part of this work, we're looking at elements such as limb multipliers, headshot damage, and the cost of ammunition types that enhance headshot effectiveness. Ooh. Yeah. Golmood railway testing recently started some initial focus labs. So there's gonna be a new map called Golmood Railway Map. This should be interesting. Previous blog, I didn't see it. This version of the map is not a one-to-one copy, but instead being reworked and adjusted to best fit the experience of Battlefield 6. And early impressions show that players are already picking up the differences in the new interpretation. Golmood Railway Map. That's going to bother me. I'm thinking of Battlefield 5, and I feel like I'm wrong. Battlefield 4. Oh my god, it's this map? Yo. Get out. It's this map. Dude. I love this map. I was obsessed with this in Battlefield 4. Also, I see how much it lit up my face. I really need an O-ring light or something for this. But this will be the map. Nice. So that'll be coming in this season. As we mentioned in initial reactions have been positive, particularly around the overall scale and flow of the play space. Players noted that the map feels similar, good, while still offering something new, including improvements to the northern town area and added cover that better supports infantry movement and engagements. As with all Battlefield Labs content, Golmood Railway is still in active development. Some elements, such as a train that runs through the map, were not fully functional during the first session, but work is already underway to bring these features back to future sessions. We'll continue testing Golmood Railway with our Battlefield Labs participants and aim to provide updates in the future as the map continues to evolve. My one concern, so I know when the game first dropped and even up to now, some of the buildings felt like they didn't go all the way down like they did in Battlefield 4, right? Or Battlefield 3. So that's a huge concern that I have. Are they going to go all the way down and like be completely obliterated like they did in the previous in Battlefield 4? Or are they going to be, still standing? That would be a huge pet peeve I have. If it's still standing, I'm going to be a little annoyed. RedSec updates. Recently introduced a change that ensures players drop a minimum of 2 armor plates upon death. Building on that, we're planning to increase overall armor availability in Season 2 by adding a chance for additional armor plates to spawn in class crates. This is intended to improve pacing and survivability across matches, particularly in situations where armor plates can feel scarce as a match progresses. We're also making additional changes to the availability of vehicle keycard rewards. Okay. Tanks are a core part of what makes RedSec unique, and we want players to have meaningful access to them. At the same time, having multiple tanks active for a single team should be rare and earned. I agree with that. Not everyone should be able to get a tank. I don't want to be in a circle and there's 2, 3 tanks like I experienced last season. That was really annoying. At the same time, having multiple tanks active for a single team should be rare. Yeah, I read that. To support this, we're introducing a cooldown on vehicle keycards as a mission reward after one is successfully acquired, making it significantly harder to chain tank across back to back. As your changes go live, we'll monitor how they perform and we'll share more details on additional Red Sec improvements in a separate update. Alongside of featuring community portal. All right, so this is portal. There's some new ones. Battlefield craft. And there's an experience code. Y'all can pause this because this will probably be a YouTube video. Battlebird. Roy's A Gaming. There's his experience code. This is the first extreme ATV course. Okay, I think I kind of want to try this. Faye Chancellor, I'm not sure if you're watching or not, but we got to try this. And its very own labyrinth. We highly recommend using the engineer class as you will need it. Oh gosh, hot potato. Oh my god, dude. Created by Choni. Created by Choni Experience. I think it's just Choni. Run for your life in this deadly game of hot potato. One player has a blowtorch and must tag someone before they explode. Everyone else is defenseless. Timer starts at 60 seconds, decreasing each round. The last survivor wins. Recently, we featured Belumo, whatever, 988's Portal remake of Operation Metro. What? Gotta try this too. Experience code. There's his experience code. We had a blast jumping into Meat Grinder with players. If you haven't checked it out yet, we recommend getting your squad together to play. Faye Chancellor. We got to play playing hot potato. Portal pro tip: if you notice longer load times on your experience and don't have bots active, we recommend disabling support AI navigation on the web builder. This will support faster load times, especially if the combat area is large. Cool. Closing, thank you for continuing to share your experience with us, and we look forward to sharing more details with you near to Season 2 and beyond. If you have any bugs to report, share them on our EA forums, and join our community and connect with us on our Battlefield Discord, which, there it is. I think the thing that I'm excited for the most here, well, I want to try out the Operation Metro. Obviously, that is a classic. I want to try out. I'm more excited for this, and that's saying a lot. That was a map I was obsessed with. I had no clue that was coming. I had no clue they were testing for it. But 100% we'll be playing it. But that's scheduled for next week. The week after, this is where things we'll be getting into it again. 21st, we'll be playing with Faye Chancellor for like 6 hours. And then if we haven't already completed Halo 5, if we have completed Halo 5, we will move on to potentially, we might play Mass Effect that day just to pump out a couple, grind it out some more. And then you see here Resident Evil Requiem. I have not played a single Resident Evil game in ever. I watched my dad play a little bit here and there. I remember like Resident Evil 5, there was some co-op in there. And that was about the extent to the exposure I got. I watched my dad play it. I never personally played it because normally that's actually what that's when I was little. That's what I went to naps with, like what that was in the background. I was taking naps. My dad, when I was like a younger, 4 and younger, he would crank the freaking sound bars in the living room, and he would be playing the original first ever released Resident Evil game, and that's what he'd be playing. And then everything after it is kind of subject to change. I am still kind of kind of tweaking it, but we'll be playing Halo Infinite still for multiplayer, grinding the battle passes, and then we'll be grinding out Mass Effect still, and then we will end up playing the other Resident Evils once we complete this. So we see Resident Evil down here March 10th. That could very well be Requiem still. It's going to we're gonna have to adjust fire on how far we get into the stories, but this is the game I'm so excited for. If you haven't seen the trailer, that's what this is.
Sir.
Grace! Grace! Grace Ashcroft.
Yes?
My office.
Oh, coming. If this is about the report you asked for yesterday, it'll be ready in 3. No, 2 days, tops.
Put a hold on that for now. We found another body. One that exhibits the same pathology as the others we've been investigating. Now, I need a good technical analyst on this.
Okay.
I need your eyes on the crime scene. The Renwood Hotel. I know that's where your mother was murdered. Alyssa died 8 years ago. Perhaps it's time for you to face the past. Grace.
What is this? Hey!
Stay close. They're coming.
I know now that you're the one that I've been searching for. The special one. The chosen one. Miss Ashcroft.
Investigating all these strange deaths, huh?
We need to keep our voices down.
Have you seen the same shit I've seen?
Please know that you are my hope.
Everyone's gone.
Stay away from that! That is what we will be playing February 27th. And for like a week straight. I'm not big into horror. I want this is going to be my introduction and the channel's introduction to more consistent horror games. This is going to be the foundation for this, the same way I want Halo being the foundation to my core channel. So like once we complete Resident Evil, maybe we'll move on to Silent Hill. Once we complete Resident Evil, maybe we'll go to Outlast. That is what I'm doing this for, is because this is such a huge franchise, and I feel silly for not even trying to get into it. So that's why I'm kind of doing this. There's a method to the madness, but I want to have my own experience. I watched my dad have his experiences whenever I'd go up and visit him, and even as I was a kid when I saw him every freaking day, and it was like not it was dark. I want to have my own experiences because I have no clue what led up to this. I have no clue what's going on, but I did read and see if there was like if I had to play anything, and they said like it helps to play it, but you don't need to play it. They do a pretty good job at explaining everything and all that. So once we complete Requiem, I want to go back and play the other Resident Evils as well, which I feel could be really cool because this kind of stuff scares the hell out of me. I don't like demons, not demons, uh, paranormal. That's the word. I don't like paranormal stuff. I hate it. I can't. But I want to try something new, and this is it. So that is what's going on in the future, and yeah, dude. Resident Evil Requiem will be getting into that. But without further ado, it is time to get into some gameplay. Blizzard, get out of here. All right. We are going to finish Halo Reach. And yeah, man. It's a sad day. I'm not sure how long this is even going to take. So we only have like, I think it's like 3 more missions or something like that. And we blew through the other, 6, 7. So like, and that was in 4 or 5 hours? I don't know. Oh, that's always good. Stop. Stop. I don't know why it went over there. That's kind of silly. I'm excited for Battlefield, man. It's... Why do you keep going over there? Dude, it picks and chooses when it wants to, like... You gotta call me nerd every time you come in, Tiki, because you're about to get, like, timeout. I hate that shit. My dad called me that. I hate being called a nerd and bud. I love you, by the way. It's very demeaning, and I hate it. I'm not touchy, that's just being a dick. And I'm 30 years old. Why is it not going on this side of the screen? Come kids that on a daily, it's just become a replacement for dude. Well, when you're 30 years old and it was used as a demeaning way of getting your attention, I hate that shit. Don't call me nerd. Why is this? What the hell's going on? Dude, I swear it's all the time. Bruh. Ah, good lord. Why aren't you? Get over here. Um. Windows key. Shift. Ayo. No. Now stay there. Dude, what the fuck? Um, Change Windows primary display. Right click on your desktop. Right, hold on. Y'all go to be right back. Go to display settings. So I gotta restart my computer. I will be right back. Yeah, just give me like 2 minutes.